Have you ever wondered where great ideas come from? Whether it's the light bulb moment of a genius or the slow, steady development of a revolutionary concept, innovation often feels like a mystery. In his book Where Good Ideas Come From, Steven Johnson uncovers the patterns and environments that consistently produce groundbreaking ideas. By exploring examples from biology, history, culture, and technology, Johnson reveals how creativity isn't just about individual genius, it's about connection, collaboration, and embracing the unexpected. If you've ever wanted to unlock your creative potential or better understand what drives human progress, this is the book for you. Stick around to discover the principles of innovation and how they apply to everything from coral reefs to the internet and maybe even to your own life. Darwin's Paradox, a mystery that puzzled Charles Darwin as he waded through the teeming coral reefs of the Keeling Islands in 1836, is a fitting metaphor for innovation. Coral reefs, despite existing in nutrient-poor waters, are hotspots of biodiversity, brimming with life and possibility. How can such a rich, thriving ecosystem emerge in such unpromising surroundings? This paradox mirrors the central question of Steven Johnson's Where Good Ideas Come From. Where do good ideas come from? Johnson proposes that innovation isn't the product of isolated genius but of patterns and environments that foster the collision, combination, and growth of ideas. Just as coral reefs create a structure where countless organisms coexist and interact, certain environments cultivate the conditions for human creativity and innovation to flourish. The book explores the spaces where ideas are born, be it cities, scientific labs, or the digital web, and identifies recurring principles that connect the natural world to the human experience of discovery. Join us as we dive into the patterns that fuel the evolution of ideas, and uncover what it takes to build environments that spark transformative breakthroughs. The concept of the adjacent possible, introduced in Steven Johnson's Where Good Ideas Come From, describes the realm of innovations that are just within reach, building on existing knowledge and resources. It is a metaphorical shadow future, comprising all the potential combinations and developments that can arise from the current state of things. However, it is not boundless, it grows incrementally as new discoveries and combinations expand the edges of what is possible. Innovation, as Johnson emphasizes, rarely emerges from isolated flashes of genius. Instead, it is the result of recombining existing elements in novel ways. Much like evolution uses available resources to create new forms, human creativity works by taking the parts and ideas at hand and rearranging them into something transformative. The Neo-Nurture Incubator is a powerful example of this principle in action. Faced with the challenge of providing affordable, reliable infant incubators for developing countries, the creators of Neo-Nurture reimagined the incubator using readily available car parts. Components like sealed beam headlights provided warmth, dashboard fans enabled air circulation, and door chimes served as alarms. This innovative design addressed the critical issue of repairability in resource-poor settings, where traditional medical equipment often fails due to the lack of spare parts or technical expertise. By drawing from the adjacent possible of the local automotive ecosystem, Neo-Nurture exemplified how exploring the edges of what is immediately achievable can lead to breakthroughs that are both practical and life-saving. Ultimately, the adjacent possible teaches that the key to innovation lies in exploring new combinations of the tools and ideas we already have, expanding the boundaries of possibility step by step. The concept of liquid networks in Steven Johnson's Where Good Ideas Come From refers to environments that are densely connected, where ideas can flow, collide, and recombine like molecules in a liquid. These networks provide the fertile ground necessary for innovation by encouraging collaboration and the free exchange of ideas. Just as water molecules in a liquid state interact more freely and dynamically than in a solid, ideas in a liquid environment are able to form unexpected connections, leading to breakthroughs that would be unlikely in isolated or rigid systems. Johnson highlights the importance of these environments in fostering creativity, noting that innovation thrives when individuals and ideas are interconnected. Such networks amplify the ability to build on existing knowledge and generate new possibilities by facilitating the exchange of diverse perspectives and expertise. A vivid example of a liquid network is the coffeehouses of the Enlightenment period. In the 17th and 18th centuries, these establishments became hubs of intellectual and cultural exchange, drawing thinkers, scientists, artists, and writers into informal gatherings. Fueled by coffee, a stimulant that sharpened focus, patrons discussed politics, science, philosophy, and commerce, sparking ideas that would shape revolutions in thought and society. Coffeehouses provided an open, democratic space where social hierarchies were less rigid, and people from different backgrounds could meet and exchange ideas. This dynamic flow of conversations and debates played a significant role in fueling the scientific advancements and cultural shifts of the Enlightenment. In essence, liquid networks demonstrate that great ideas rarely occur in isolation. Instead, they emerge from environments that are rich with connections, diversity, and openness, where ideas can intermingle and evolve through collective interaction. The concept of the slow hunch in Steven Johnson's Where Good Ideas Come From emphasizes that groundbreaking ideas rarely appear as sudden flashes of inspiration. Instead, they often develop over time, building gradually as fragments of thoughts accumulate, connect, and mature into a coherent idea. These hunches can linger in the background of one's mind for years, requiring patience, exploration, and the right conditions to fully emerge. Johnson illustrates this with Charles Darwin's journey to articulating the theory of evolution. While Darwin famously had his aha moment regarding natural selection, it was not the result of an overnight epiphany. His insights were the product of years of observation, reflection, and meticulous note-taking. During his voyage on the HMS Beagle, Darwin meticulously documented the diversity of life he encountered, particularly the variations among species in the Galapagos Islands. Yet, it wasn't until years later, after synthesizing these observations with his extensive reading and scientific correspondence, that Darwin began to piece together his groundbreaking theory. Even then, his idea continued to evolve and refine until he published On the Origin of Species decades later. The slow hunch underscores the importance of environments and practices that allow ideas to incubate over time. By nurturing hunches through habits like journaling, revisiting past thoughts, and exposing oneself to diverse inputs, individuals can create the conditions for seemingly disjointed ideas to connect and grow into transformative breakthroughs. Darwin's experience exemplifies how great ideas often require patience and persistence to reach their full potential. In Where Good Ideas Come From, Steven Johnson highlights serendipity as the process by which unexpected discoveries and happy accidents lead to breakthroughs. Serendipity thrives in environments that expose individuals to diverse ideas, allowing unrelated thoughts or observations to collide in meaningful ways. These unplanned moments of insight often arise when individuals are open to exploration and when the systems they engage with encourage curiosity and the unexpected. A classic example of serendipity is Alexander Fleming's discovery of penicillin. In 1928, while researching Staphylococcus bacteria, Fleming left some petri dishes unattended. Upon his return, he noticed that mold had accidentally contaminated one of the dishes. More importantly, he observed that the bacteria surrounding the mold were killed, while those farther away thrived. This observation, though unintended, led Fleming to identify the mold as Penicillium notatum and recognize its potential as an antibacterial agent, giving birth to one of the most significant medical innovations in history. The story of penicillin underscores the importance of serendipitous environments and innovation places where people have the freedom to experiment and the ability to notice unexpected results. As Johnson argues, fostering serendipity involves creating systems that encourage cross-disciplinary connections, support exploration, and allow space for accidental discoveries to be recognized and nurtured. In Where Good Ideas Come From, Steven Johnson explores the role of error in innovation, emphasizing that mistakes are often critical to breakthroughs. While errors may initially appear as setbacks, they push individuals to reconsider assumptions, explore unexpected pathways, and uncover solutions they might not have sought otherwise. Innovation often emerges when people learn to embrace and analyze errors rather than avoid them, as these missteps can reveal new possibilities. A compelling example is the accidental discovery of the microwave oven. In 1945, Percy Spencer, an engineer at Raytheon, was experimenting with magnetron tubes for radar systems when he noticed something unusual: a chocolate bar in his pocket melted during the process. Intrigued, Spencer investigated further, experimenting with other food items, such as popcorn kernels and an egg, which confirmed that microwaves emitted by the magnetron could heat food. This unexpected observation led to the development of the first microwave oven, revolutionizing how we cook and reheat food. The discovery of the microwave oven highlights how errors or unanticipated results can redirect focus toward new innovations. As Johnson explains, the willingness to embrace and learn from errors is crucial to the creative process, enabling individuals to explore the adjacent possible and uncover solutions they didn't initially set out to find. Mistakes, rather than being failures, are stepping stones that lead to innovation. In Where Good Ideas Come From, Stephen Johnson introduces the concept of exaptation, which describes how traits, tools, or ideas originally evolved or designed for one purpose are repurposed for entirely new uses. Exaptation thrives in environments that allow for experimentation and cross-disciplinary thinking, enabling individuals or systems to reinterpret existing structures or ideas in innovative ways. A classic example of exaptation is the evolution of feathers in birds. Feathers originally developed in dinosaurs for insulation, helping them regulate body temperature. Over time, these lightweight, adaptable structures were repurposed for display and later for flight. This transition from insulation to aerodynamic functionality demonstrates how features can acquire new, transformative purposes, leading to significant evolutionary advances. Exaptation is also evident in human innovation, where technologies or ideas are applied in unexpected contexts. For instance, the printing press borrowed its mechanics from the screw press used in winemaking, repurposing an existing tool for an entirely different cultural and intellectual revolution. Johnson emphasizes that this process of repurposing is central to creativity and progress. By fostering environments where ideas and tools can migrate across disciplines or contexts, individuals and systems open the door to groundbreaking innovations that may not have been achievable through direct intent alone. In Where Good Ideas Come From, Stephen Johnson explores the concept of platforms, describing them as foundational systems or structures that enable layers of innovation to emerge. Platforms provide a stable base while allowing for adaptability and growth, supporting the development of new ideas and technologies by offering shared resources that innovators can build upon. They function as springboards for creativity, fostering environments where innovations can flourish. One of the most striking examples of a platform is the World Wide Web. Originally conceived as a system for academics to share text-based documents, the web evolved into a global platform for creativity and innovation. Its open architecture allowed developers to build on top of it, leading to transformative inventions like e-commerce, social media, and streaming services. Entrepreneurs, artists, and inventors used the web to introduce entirely new ways of interacting, creating, and sharing, from YouTube videos to online encyclopedias. The web's strength lies in its layered nature. Each generation of innovation becomes the foundation for the next. Johnson emphasizes that successful platforms often exhibit characteristics like openness, adaptability, and modularity, allowing diverse contributors to experiment and innovate. Whether in biology, e.g., coral reefs as platforms for biodiversity, or technology, platforms play a pivotal role in fostering creativity by connecting ideas and enabling their recombination. By building environments where others can create, platforms not only support the present but also shape the future of innovation. In Where Good Ideas Come From, Stephen Johnson explores how innovation arises through interconnected environments, recombination, and the exploration of new possibilities. Examples from history, modern contexts, and the natural world illustrate these principles, showing how creativity flourishes in diverse and densely connected settings. Coral reefs are a biological marvel and a powerful metaphor for innovation. Despite existing in nutrient-poor waters, they are hotspots of biodiversity where countless species coexist and adapt. Known as Darwin's paradox, this phenomenon demonstrates how dense, interdependent networks recycle resources and foster collaboration, mirroring how ideas grow and evolve through connection and interaction. Cities are human equivalents of coral reefs, serving as engines of creativity by bringing together people from diverse backgrounds, professions, and cultures. Urban centers create environments where ideas can flow freely, collide, and combine. For instance, the coffeehouses of the Enlightenment acted as hubs for intellectual exchange, leading to scientific and cultural revolutions. Similarly, modern cities like Silicon Valley bring together entrepreneurs, engineers, and investors, creating platforms for technological breakthroughs. The Internet amplifies innovation by acting as the ultimate platform for dense connectivity. It enables instantaneous communication and collaboration, allowing ideas to recombine at unprecedented speeds. Platforms like YouTube, Wikipedia, and GitHub empower individuals to build on one another's work, while open-source projects and decentralized tools encourage experimentation and rapid iteration. The Internet functions as a vast liquid network, fostering creativity by connecting people across the globe and enabling serendipitous discoveries. Historical and modern examples highlight these principles in action. The accidental discovery of penicillin by Alexander Fleming exemplifies the role of serendipity in innovation, where unexpected outcomes lead to breakthroughs. The printing press demonstrates the concept of the adjacent possible, as it adapted the screw press used in winemaking for a new, transformative purpose. In nature, feathers evolved for insulation but were later repurposed for flight, illustrating exaptation and the potential for traits or tools to find entirely new uses. The web itself is a platform for continuous innovation, evolving from a text-sharing system into a foundation for commerce, communication, and creativity. Across nature, cities, and digital spaces, innovation thrives in environments that are open, diverse, and interconnected. Coral reefs show how ecosystems adapt and flourish through collaboration, while cities amplify creativity by clustering talents and perspectives. The Internet extends this process globally, creating a dynamic space where ideas evolve through connection. By embracing these principles, we can design environments that encourage breakthroughs and drive progress. In Where Good Ideas Come From, Stephen Johnson emphasizes the crucial role of connectivity and collaboration in fostering innovation. While traditional narratives often celebrate competition as the driving force behind creativity, Johnson argues that openness and interdisciplinary collaboration are far more effective in generating breakthrough ideas. Innovation, he explains, thrives in environments where ideas can connect, evolve, and recombine across diverse perspectives and fields. Historically, the myth of the lone genius has dominated discussions of innovation, with individuals like Thomas Edison or Steve Jobs portrayed as solitary figures revolutionizing their industries. However, closer examination reveals that many of their breakthroughs were the result of collaborative efforts and networks of knowledge. For instance, Edison's invention of the light bulb was not an isolated achievement but the culmination of contributions from a team of researchers at his Menlo Park laboratory, working together to solve interconnected problems. Similarly, the creation of the modern computer was not the work of a single individual but a collective effort involving scientists, engineers, and mathematicians from diverse disciplines. Diverse perspectives play a key role in creating breakthrough ideas because they bring together different ways of thinking, which can lead to unexpected connections and solutions. For example, the invention of the incubator NeoNurture, designed for developing countries, drew inspiration from a completely unrelated field, automotive engineering. By using car parts, such as headlights for warmth and fans for ventilation, the creators repurposed existing resources to address the challenges of cost and repairability in resource-poor settings. This cross-disciplinary approach was possible only because the designers were open to insights from outside the field of medical technology. Openness and collaboration also allow for serendipity, those unexpected collisions of ideas that lead to transformative breakthroughs. The coffeehouses of the Enlightenment are a prime example, serving as hubs where scientists, writers, and merchants exchanged ideas freely. This environment of cross-pollination fueled scientific discoveries, political theories, and artistic movements that reshaped the modern world. Today, the Internet amplifies this process, enabling global collaboration and the sharing of knowledge on platforms like GitHub or Wikipedia, where contributors from all walks of life can collectively refine and expand ideas. In contrast, environments that prioritize competition and secrecy often stifle innovation. Protecting ideas behind closed doors can limit their growth and prevent them from being enriched by outside perspectives. The open-source software movement demonstrates how transparency and collaboration can accelerate progress. Projects like Linux, which allow anyone to contribute and improve, show how collective input can create robust, world-changing technologies far more efficiently than isolated efforts. Ultimately, Johnson argues that the most innovative environments are those that foster connection and exchange, allowing ideas to flow freely across boundaries. By embracing collaboration over competition, individuals and organizations can unlock the creative potential of diverse perspectives, leading to breakthroughs that no single mind could achieve alone. In Where Good Ideas Come From, Steven Johnson distills practical lessons for individuals and organizations seeking to foster innovation. The principles outlined in the book emphasize the importance of embracing complexity, connectivity, and experimentation to create fertile ground for transformative ideas. One key lesson is to embrace errors as opportunities for growth and discovery. Mistakes often reveal unexpected pathways and force individuals to reframe their approach. For organizations, creating a culture where experimentation is encouraged and failure is seen as a step toward success can lead to breakthroughs. The accidental discovery of penicillin, for example, arose from what initially seemed like a lab mishap, demonstrating how unexpected outcomes can reshape entire fields. Nurturing slow hunches is another critical strategy. Big ideas rarely appear fully formed but often emerge gradually over time. By documenting thoughts, revisiting them, and allowing them to incubate, individuals and teams can connect disparate pieces of information into cohesive, groundbreaking insights. Charles Darwin's development of the theory of evolution exemplifies this principle, as years of observations and reflections eventually coalesced into one of science's most profound ideas. Organizations can mirror this by fostering environments that encourage curiosity, patient exploration, and long-term thinking. Building collaborative networks is essential for innovation. Ideas thrive in environments where they can collide and recombine with others, both within and across disciplines. Organizations can cultivate this by promoting open communication, cross-functional teams, and partnerships that bring diverse perspectives to the table. History shows that innovation often happens in these liquid networks, from the Enlightenment coffeehouses to modern open-source platforms like GitHub. Encouraging employees to share and build on each other's ideas strengthens the network and increases the likelihood of breakthroughs. Finally, creating environments that encourage exploration and play is vital. Innovative spaces are those that allow individuals to experiment, tinker, and take risks without fear of immediate results. These environments should expose people to diverse influences, providing access to new ideas and perspectives. For instance, cities and digital platforms like the Internet thrive as engines of innovation because they facilitate dense connectivity and openness. Organizations can replicate this by fostering physical and virtual spaces that encourage interaction, curiosity, and serendipitous discovery. By embracing errors, nurturing slow hunches, building collaborative networks, and creating exploratory environments, individuals and organizations can unlock the potential for innovation. These principles highlight the importance of connection, patience, and openness in cultivating the ideas that drive meaningful progress. In Where Good Ideas Come From, Steven Johnson introduces the long zoom perspective as a way to understand innovation by examining it across multiple scales: biological, cultural, and technological. This approach reveals that the patterns of creativity are not isolated to any one domain but instead recur universally, whether in the evolution of life, the development of human culture, or the creation of transformative technologies. The long zoom shows that the mechanisms driving innovation such as connection, recombination, serendipity, and adaptation operate in remarkably similar ways across different systems. Biological ecosystems, like coral reefs, demonstrate how densely interconnected environments foster diversity and resilience. Cultural hubs, such as Enlightenment coffeehouses or modern cities, mirror this by enabling ideas to collide and evolve. Similarly, platforms like the Internet amplify these dynamics on a global scale, creating unprecedented opportunities for collaboration and creativity. By shifting focus between the microscopic, neurons firing in a brain or molecules combining in primordial soup, and the macroscopic, global cities or vast digital networks, the long zoom highlights the shared properties that make environments fertile for innovation. This perspective allows us to see that creativity is not a sudden, isolated phenomenon but the product of systems that connect, adapt, and evolve over time. Ultimately, the long zoom teaches us that fostering innovation requires us to design spaces, whether physical, cultural, or technological, that embrace openness, encourage exploration, and enable connections across boundaries. By understanding these universal patterns, we can better harness our capacity for creativity and shape environments that continually push the edges of the adjacent possible. Stephen Johnson's "Where Good Ideas Come From" reminds us that innovation isn't a solo endeavor or a single flash of brilliance, it's a process that thrives in the right conditions. From exploring the adjacent possible to nurturing slow hunches and embracing the power of collaboration, the book shows how creativity emerges when we connect, experiment, and remain open to unexpected discoveries. Whether it's nature's ecosystems, the bustling energy of cities, or the boundless connectivity of the internet, innovation depends on environments that encourage exploration and recombination. If you're inspired by these ideas, don't forget to like this video, share it with others who love learning, and subscribe to stay connected to more thought-provoking content. Let us know in the comments how you've experienced creativity in your own life or what sparks your best ideas. Keep exploring, keep connecting, and let's keep building environments where great ideas can flourish.